Hi, everybody. I'm Debbie Belaus. I'm the owner of Qigong with Debbie. And I have been practicing, I teach yoga, Qigong, and Tai Chi. And this next segment is part of the Tai Chi series. And I've been breaking it down, part one, part two, part three. It'll be part four. Today's part three. Because the form that I'm teaching, it's called 18 forms. Shibashi is an 18 form practice. And I have found it to be the easiest Tai Chi form to learn. So if this is your first time learning Tai Chi, this might be a really good one to start with. The other two, part one, part two, is recorded several weeks ago, so you can refer back to them. It's under the segment of Beginner Tai Chi, part one, part two, and this will be part three. Anyway, I'm going to continue. We're going to learn four new movements. The first one is called Cloud Hands. The second one will be Touch the Sea and Look at the Sky. The third one is Swan in Flight. And the fourth one is Pushing Waves. Now, each segment kind of focuses on a certain part of our body. These forms, especially the last three of this form, set of four, is using our legs a little bit more than the other ones that we've been doing. So I just want to explain a little bit what each one, what it benefits. So the cloud hands, it circulates your energy around your internal organs, helps digestion, helps prevent arthritis, improves conditions related to the nervous system, relaxes and calms. And I would say most of these are all about relaxation and calming the body. To me, it's a meditation in motion. And it takes some time to understand that principle of when you connect with the breath and when you connect with a repetitive movement, it becomes a meditation in motion because you're only focusing on the breath and that particular movement. So that's what calms the body down. It improves circulation for brain activity. The second one is touch the sky, touch the sea, look at the sky. It induces the muscles to relax once again, relieves waist and leg pain, balances blood pressure, improves conditions related to the kidneys and the stomach. This one also rocks forward and back, so it helps you connect to that earth element a little bit more. The next one is called Push Waves, and that improves conditions related to the spleen, the liver, the lungs, and decreases the instances and severity of insomnia, strengthens the legs and leg energy, the hip joints, the waist, helps your kidney and bladder function. It's also good for hypertension. Again, I think all these movements are great for hypertension. And then we have Swan in Flight, and that one improves conditions related to the heart, the liver, the nervous system, and the lungs, helps enforce respiration and improving circulation, strengthens the heart and the lungs. So each movement has a specific function. Now, it might not seem like you're doing anything at first, but after you do these for a while, and after we do the 18 forms all in one sitting, you're going to really feel the benefit strongly. But what I tell people to do is, pick one that you love and then just practice that one until you really understand that connection between the energy, between the flow, between your breath and that particular movement. And then maybe once you kind of nail that one, then try another one. So you don't have to do them in order per se. I always tell people start with what you really enjoy and just keep doing that one. So before we start the practice, I always do a little bit of activation just to get the circulation going a little bit, and then we'll go right into the flow. Okay, so come to standing, and I like to do, wear always comfortable clothes. What's great about this practice is you can do it anywhere, anytime, and you don't need to wear shoes. If you do wear shoes, if you wear something, excuse me, that is a soft shoe, a softer shoe, so you can really move the foot. So we'll start with some activation. We're just going to go right into what I call oscillating the body. We're just shaking the body from side to side. So shaking is a really quick way to get your body activated. I mean, if this is all you did was activate the body every day, start there then. Start with some of this activation. This is even quicker. Get used to activating your body. Get used to what it's like to activate your body. What does that feel like to get your blood going, to get your fluids moving, to get some of that knotting in the body to release some of the stagnation. So just getting the body activated every day. This is a quick activation. This is what I love about this practice. It's quick and it's very beneficial. I think sometimes we think things need to be complicated, but they don't. This is a really simple practice. So this is part of the Qigong practice that I teach also. Qigong is also part of Tai Chi. It's all part of the traditional Chinese medicine. And it's not as formal as Tai Chi. So Qigong's a little bit not as formal. You can, as Tai Chi, you'll notice that it's more formal moves. Qigong is really about activating the body in many different ways, in many different directions. So this is what we're doing. We're activating the body. We're oscillating the body, getting some movement in the rib cage, getting our organs going. And breathe in through the nose, exhale out through the mouth. Now we typically, for Tai Chi movements, we don't inhale and exhale out through the mouth. We do all the breathing in and out through the nose. Don't need to worry about that so much now. But for now, for this activation, inhale through the nose and exhale out through the mouth with it like blow out, like you're blowing out a candle. This will release some of the toxins as well. It also starts to calm down your body. So inhaling through the nose, exhaling out through the mouth. Inner smile, lift the corners of your mouth up, that lifts your spirits up too. And then stop, feeling some of that activation going. We're going to add now some more shaking, just starting to shake the body, bouncing the knees a little bit, and then you'll start to feel the arms starting to shake, your hands can shake, and then you can really do it a little strongly, a little bit stronger if you want to, for a little bit more activation, not necessary. But, just want to give you an alternative to different ways you can do this. This is called shaking the 9 gates. We're releasing some of the stiffness out of our joints, like your ankles and your knees and your hips and your wrists and your elbows and your shoulders and your neck, especially. It's also a purging breath. It's an activation. You're getting some blood flow to the body. Again, it's a quick way to get that stimulation going. And then stop, feeling a little bit of buzzing, a little bit of tingling happening. That means you're getting some of this activation going. Then we're going to inhale, open up here, stretch your toes, and then as you exhale on the heels, and then just let it go. Up again, inhaling up, let it go. Inhaling up again, and let it go. We're going to round the body back into a little bit of a back bend, coming in to a little bit of a forward fold, a little bit of a back bend. This is called spinal cord breathing. We're getting our spine warmed up for some flexibility. Again, we're getting some blood flow through the spine, fluids moving, releasing, getting hydrated, and then release. Let's do a little bit of a side bend, going to one side. Let's go to the other side. So we're just warming up a little bit before we go into the Tai Chi form, 4 Tai Chi forms that I'm going to show you today. A little bit of a rotation in one direction, and then take it to the other direction. I think now we can start the forms. So harmonizing the chi, beginning to open. We're leaning forward on the ball mounts of the feet. You shift into the heels, standing on a boat. So I have this explained in my other videos. You can refer to them of how to harmonize the chi by just leaning forward and back on the ball mounts of the feet and on the heels. The next one, we're going to inhale and open up the chi. So we're going to start to get the flow going. Lifting the arms shoulder height, shifting back, breathing in and out of the nose, finding that flow, feeling that tingling, that reactivated in the hands and in the feet. So we're inhale and rising up, and as you exhale, you shift back. Inhaling and exhale. We're going to come to the first form, cloud hand. So the right palm is face up, left is facing the right palm like we're holding a ball. Keep the knees soft for this, and then we're going to start to twist over to your right as far as you can comfortably, then switch the hands, and then you start to move and twist over to your left. And then once you're at your full twist, turn the ball, turn the hands, and come back. So this is called cloud hands. And this one's nice to do. Again, you want to try to do most of these movements as slow, comfortably slow as you can. Rushing through it kind of defeats the purpose. But we're so used to always working fast. But slow is good. It'll give your body a little time to understand this form. You can also soften your eyes and watch the hands just float by. So this is called cloud hands. We're just going over to one side and taking it over to the other side. So we're twisting the spine as we're doing this. We're moving our hands, good for coordination. You're breathing in and out through the nose, which helps with relaxating. So just moving forward and back. Don't worry so much about the breath. As long as you're just breathing, the more you practice this, you'll find your own rhythm with this. And then we're going to stop. The next one's a little different. This one, we're going to step our left foot forward. Let me come back a little bit more so you can see this. Going to step your left foot forward. Your right leg is back, and we're just going to lean forward and back. So bend that front foot. You're going to lean back. So you're shifting the weight forward and back. Shifting the weight forward and back. And then on the next time, you're going to bend the knees, and then you're going to take your hands and you cross over. This is touching the sea to look at the sky. And then you lean back, bend that back knee, and then coming forward, leaning forward, touching the sea to look at the sky, and then you lean back. So here's a little bit of a back bend, a little bit of a forward bend. You're moving the legs forward and back. You're moving the arms. You're crossing over. Again, it opening up lots of different areas of your body. So we're just leaning back. Bend that back knee as you lean back into a little bit of a back bend. You cross over, touching the sea. You're leaning back and looking up at the sky for a little bit of a back bend. And again, getting used to that rhythm of leaning forward and back on the legs. As you come forward, there's a little bit of weight on the front leg. You're bending that knee. You're crossing the arms. Again, this is, good for coordination, knowing how to move the whole body in one sequence. And then stop and bring that foot back in. We're going to take, again, the right foot comes forward, the left leg comes back. And again, let's just get used to moving, rocking forward and back first, just to get used to that feeling. So when you're coming forward, you're bending this knee. As you lean back, you bend the back knee. The front leg is straight. We're just going from forward and back. And then we'll come into it. So crossing over, leaning back, looking at the sky, touching the sea, and looking at the sky. So again, this is good for your hips, for your legs, for your waist, coordination. You're moving the whole body in one sequence, from the legs to the hands. The whole body's moving here. That's what Tai Chi is. The whole body moves in sequence. So we're coming forward, touching the sea, looking at the sky. Again, getting used to these forms. And there's always one that feels better than the other. That's the one you want to work with to start. And we'll do one more, touching the sea and looking at the sky. Now we're going to come back again. We're going to switch legs one more time. Again, this is a little different with the movement of the body, of the legs is the same. But this time, when you're coming forward, the back heel's coming off the floor. You shift into the heels, and then the front toes come up. Coming forward, back heel comes off the floor. Coming back, your toes come up. So great for your stretching of the feet, moving the legs again, and you're just going forward and back. So this next one is called Dove Ruffles Its Feathers. So we're just going back and forth. And then this time, as we come forward, palms of the hands are facing each other. We're going to lean back and open up the front of the body. We come forward, lean back, toes come off the floor, and then come forward. Lean back, moving the feet forward and back, leaning forward, coming back and open up the front of the body, leaning forward, and then coming back. Leaning forward and coming back. So feeling that stretch in the toes, in the heel, in the feet. You're stretching the legs. You're strengthening your hips. You're opening up your chest at the same time. Good for the lungs, good for the respiratory system, good for the heart as we go back and forth. And then one more, and then we'll come back to center. Other side, same thing. First, let's get used to the feet moving forward and back. Back heel comes off the floor, toes come up. Back heel comes off the floor, toes come up, back and forth. Then we'll start to add the arms into it. Leaning forward, leaning back. Leaning forward, leaning back. Leaning forward, leaning back. Leaning forward and leaning back. So, you can inhale as you come forward, exhale as you come back. In and out through the nose, finding the rhythm in the movement. Feeling the stretch in the legs. Feeling your legs getting strengthened, your hips getting strengthened. And then we'll return back to center. The next one, same feet. But this time they're staying flat, like we did in the beginning. Just back and forth again. Weights forward, the weights back. Weights forward, the weights back. This next one, so get this form going first. Push waves, palms of the hands, push forward, all the weights forward. Shift back into the back heel, then that back knee comes in. Push forward, pushing waves. Bring it in. 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 And then we'll switch. Other side. Get that rocking first, back and forth on the legs. Weights forward, then the weight comes back. You bend that back knee. Weights forward, bend that back knee. And then you start to add the hands coming in like a wave, flowing out. Bring it in. Flowing out. Bring it in. Flowing out. Bring it in. Move it forward. Bring it in. Move it forward. Bring it in. And we'll do one more. Moving forward. Bring it in and step in. And then let's inhale and feeling the qualities of a flow, moving through you. We're going to go through this again. Cloud hands, soft knees. We're going to twist over to our right with the cloud hands. Switch the hands, coming to the other side. Soft gaze. Over to the other side. We're just going to slow it down a little bit. Twisting over to the other side. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in and out through the nose. Cloud hands. Just drifting by. Cloud hands. Just drifting by. Soft knees. Soft gaze. Soft flow. We're going to go right into stepping the left foot forward. We're going to touch the sea and look at the sky. Leaning forward, touch the sea. Look at the sky. Touch the sea. Look at the sky, and then switch. Touch the sea. Look at the sky. Touch the sea. Look at the sky. Touch the sea. Look at the sky. Switch hands, switch arms. Back and forth. Dove moves its feathers, flutters its feathers. Remember, we're going off the heel, back heel. We come on the toes, come up in the front. Inhaling. Exhaling. One more. Inhaling. Exhaling. Other side. Coming forward. Leaning back. Forward. Leaning back. Forward. Leaning back. Forward. Leaning back. Other side. Push the wave. Bring it in. 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 Other side. Push the wave. Bring it in. Push the wave. Bring it in. Push the wave. Bring it in. We're going to do the cloud hands again, twisting over. That was cloud hands. Step the left foot forward. Touch the sea. Look at the sky. Step it forward, other side. Touch the sea. Step it forward, leaning forward. Back heel comes off the floor, leaning back. Dove moves its feathers. And then step that in, other side. Other side, push the wave. Other side, push the wave. And then step it in, gather, and restore. Gather, restore, and one more time, gather and restore. And just notice how you feel. Did you get the rhythm a little bit? Did you get a flow a little bit? Did it feel nice in your body? And if you did, maybe this is a nice practice for you to learn. Thank you for joining me. This is part 3. You can look at my other part 1 and part 2. And then next week we'll do part 4, and that'll probably almost wrap up the 18 forms. Thank you for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful day, and be well, everyone.